If you're thinking about making a move to Katy, Texas, you've probably asked this question at least once or twice. Does Katy, Texas flood? And depending on who you ask, you'll hear two very different answers. Some people say that Katy never floods, and others will just say everything floods. Now, the truth, just like most things in real estate, is gonna live directly in the middle. So today, I'm gonna be breaking down Katy flooding the right way. We'll talk about flood zones, Hurricane Harvey, new construction, what actually flooded, what didn't, and how to make decisions without panic. And if you're moving from out of state, this video alone can save you from making a very expensive mistake, so stick with me. First, let's talk about the most important truth about Katy, Texas flooding. Katy does not flood evenly. Flooding in Katy is going to be neighborhood specific, sometimes even street specific, and often elevation dependent. You can have two homes, the same builder, same price, same year built, and one could require flood insurance and the other one doesn't. And that, my friends, is why blanket statements like Katy, Texas floods or Katy never floods are both wrong. So let's talk about the flood zones in plain English. Let's break these down into simple terms even the most layman person can understand. Most of Katy sits in what's called Zone X, which is considered the lower risk and is outside the special flood hazard areas. That means flood insurance is not going to be required by lenders, and the probability of flooding is actually lower. But, and this matters, Zone X does not mean that there is zero risk involved with flooding in the future. Some areas of Katy will even fall into the 500-year floodplain, which is about a 0.2% annual chance of flooding. And smaller pockets of Katy are going to lie in the 100-year floodplain, which is about a 1% annual chance of flooding. These areas are usually closer to creeks, they're usually closer to bayous, they're low-lying land, they're next to drainage corridors, and flood zones are just probability models. They're not really guarantees. So this next part is where most buyers get confused and where bad advice causes extreme regret in the future. So we're going to be talking about the flood zone versus flood history. There's a huge difference. Flood zone is just simply going to tell you the risk involved with flooding in a house. Flood history will tell you the actual story of what happened or what actually has happened in the past. And here's the surprising part. Some Zone X homes in Katy have flooded before in the past, and some 100-year homes never have flooded. Why, you might ask? Well, because flood performance really just depends on elevation, drainage, proximity to waterways, how the area handles extreme water events like Hurricane Harvey, for example. And that's why smart buyers never rely on just strictly the flood zone FEMA flood maps alone. However, you do want to look at the FEMA flood maps. You do want to look at the seller's flood zone or seller's flood disclosures, local history, any insurance claims in the past. This is where local knowledge really starts to bring in and starts to matter. So let's talk about the elephant in the room, and that is Hurricane Harvey and what actually happened here in Katy. Hurricane Harvey was a significant rainstorm or hurricane, dropping over 31 inches of rain in the Katy area in a matter of days. It was historic, it was extreme, and it was not normal, my friends. And according to local reporting and data cited by the Katy area experts, less than 8% of all Katy homes and businesses flooded. Pretty remarkable. The worst issues were really concentrated around the near Addicks Reservoir or Barker reservoirs, or near certain natural waterways and lower lying pockets, things like that. Now here's another important distinction, and this really matters quite a bit. Street flooding is not the same as water entering into the home or penetrating into the home. Many roads have flooded temporarily as part of just the drainage system. That does not automatically mean that homes have flooded. This nuance is lost in most conversations. And this is where new construction enters the conversation, and where buyers really need to just take a deep breath and slow down. So here's the hard truth. Not all new construction in Katy is automatically safer from flooding. Some newer developments, especially north of I-10, might sit in a 500-year floodplain or even a 100-year floodplain. This doesn't make them bad homes, but it does mean that you need to check the flood zone early, understand the drainage system, the drainage design, run flood insurance quotes before closing. But new just doesn't mean it's automatically immune from future events. And builders don't always explain the flood risk unless you ask. Now let's talk about flood insurance and how this really works. Flood insurance starts to scare people when you talk about this. The word flooding scares people because they just simply don't understand it. So let's simplify it just a little bit. Flood insurance is going to be completely separate from your homeowner's insurance insurance policy, and it's going to be required by lenders in high-risk flood zones, which are basically like flood zone X, like the 500-year flood plan. They're going to be recommended, and I always recommend you get a flood policy because it's cheaper. Now, the cost is going to depend on the flood zone. In flood zone, elevation, home design, prior claims, or the history of the property, and all of that jazz. Some Katy homes are going to be paying around maybe $700 a year, $800 a year if you're not located in a flood zone, and other properties that are located in a flood zone, zone AE, or the 100-year floodplain are going to pay significantly more than that, often into the thousands of dollars annually. But the key is this: you want to know the cost before you fall in love with that house. And here's what buyers should know. In Texas, there's something called a seller's disclosure, and sellers are going to be required to disclose flood information. And that disclosure requirement was updated in September of 2019 to include more detailed flood history and flood zone information. But my friends, here's the catch. Some investor-owned or iBuyer properties may have limited disclosure legalities or incomplete historical knowledge of the actual property. That doesn't mean they're bad homes, but it does mean that buyers like yourself really need to verify information instead of just assuming. And this next part might surprise you because it goes against what a lot of online tools just might say, and that is flood scores. And here's why flood scores can be misleading. A lot of buyers will rely on these flood scores from these big box retail websites or real estate websites online. And the problem with that, well, those scores don't always match FEMA flood maps or actual neighborhood history. These are areas in Katy where flood scores start to look very scary, but the homes are in zone X or not even in a zone at all. And others where scores look fine, but flood history tells an extremely different story. So flood research in Katy cannot be reduced down to one number. It is a layered conversation, my friend. So should you avoid homes located in a flood zone within Katy? Now, this is where I'm going to give you a very balanced answer. My answer to this is not necessarily. Some homes near waterways might offer various amenities or various things like green space, trails, privacy, and other lifestyle benefits. And sometimes there's opportunity. Basically, homes that are in higher risk zones may trade at a significant or steep discount. Now, the real question isn't, is this in a flood zone? It's, am I comfortable with the risk, the insurance cost, and the long-term plan behind it all? And here's what smart buyers do before buying in Katy. This is the checklist that's going to prevent years upon years of regret in the future. Number one, you're going to check the flood zone, and you're going to check it early before you fall in love with that house. You're going to review the seller's disclosures carefully. We're going to look at neighborhood history. We're also going to get flood insurance quotes in advance before we make an offer on a property or even fall in love with the property. Never rely on, oh, it's never flooded, or the builder said it's fine. Verification actually matters here. And if all of this feels overwhelming, that's totally normal. Flooding in Katy isn't scary, but it is nuanced. Katy is one of the most popular suburbs in Texas for a reason. Most of it sits in lower risk flood zones or not even in a flood zone at all. And the vast majority of homes here have never flooded, even during massive, extreme biblical proportions of rainfall like Hurricane Harvey. But flooding in Katy is not something that you can generalize either. It's street by street, neighborhood by neighborhood, zone by zone. If you're thinking about buying or building in Katy and want help understanding the flood risk the right way, without fear or guesswork, reach out to us. This is something that we walk our clients through every single day, every single month. We help people just like you buy, sell, and relocate here to the Houston area. So if that is you, all of our information is in the description box down below. My wife Samantha and I would be honored, delighted, and thrilled to help make your transition here to Houston a smooth one. And I'll see you guys in the next video.